What's going on, everyone? And thank you for tuning in to Stateside Footy. I am absolutely fired up. It is decision day around Major League Soccer, and it's been an absolute doozy so far. But tonight, obviously, it's the Seattle Sounders and the Portland Timbers. What can I say, man? This is everything, right? This is Cascadia to a T. Seattle Sounders, Portland Timbers, and what makes this rivalry so great is that when they're playing these things with with trophies on the line, and of course we have one going on tonight as well too, because it is the Cascadia Trophy. For you guys that aren't familiar with Cascadia, it is played between three teams: Seattle, Portland, Vancouver. And right now, currently, Vancouver leads it. But that being said, they're playing Real Salt Lake tonight as well at 9 o'clock. If Seattle beats Portland and Real Salt Lake beats Vancouver, well, guess what? Seattle wins Cascadia and a berth into next year's Concacaf Champions Cup. So there's a lot, there's a lot on the lines as far as this match is concerned. But also, when you consider Portland, they're also trying to get out of the wild card spots. They're actually trying to nail down an actual playoff spot for themselves. So they themselves are playing for something as well too. But for Seattle, I think it's quite obvious that they got the third spot in the West nailed down. A win tonight only confirms that. But also for their first round matchup, obviously, they're looking forward. They're hoping Minnesota ends up being that team that they get in the first round, avoiding Colorado. So there is that as well too. Quickly, let's get into the starting lineups tonight. For the Seattle Sounders, in net is going to be Stefan Fry. The fullbacks for Seattle will be Nuhiu Tolo and Alex Roldan. The center backs will be Jackson Reagan and Yarmar. The double pivot tonight is going to be Christian Roldan and Obed Vargas. The center attacker will be Albert Rusnik. Paul Rothrock will be on the left. Pedro De La Vega will be on the right. Jordan Morris will be up top. For the Portland Timbers, in goal will be Pantemis. The fullbacks will be Bravo and Mosquera. The center backs will be Sermon and Zuparich. The double pivot there will be Paredes and Chara. The center attacker will be Ferreira. With the wingers being Rodriguez and Antony, and Felipe Mora will be up top. This is fantastic, man. It's weird because I thought I saw Evander going tonight as well too. So maybe he was a last minute scratch there for Portland, but regardless, this is going to be a phenomenal matchup. Quickly, as I look around Major League Soccer, so we can find out everything what's been going on. Give me 1 second. Of course. All right. So today, Montreal beat New York City FC 2-0. Nashville beat Chicago today 3-0, which that's very Chicago of Chicago. Inter Miami did indeed beat New England 6-2. And with that, the Inter Miami breaks I guess that's the all-time points record, which was held by New England from a couple of years ago. So congratulations to Inter Miami, and also go fuck yourself. Let's see. Columbus Crew beat the New York Red Bulls 3-2. Atlanta United beat Orlando City 2-1. Charlotte beat DC 3-0. And looks like Cincinnati beat Philadelphia 2-1. Tonight is Let's see. Yep, St. Louis is playing Minnesota. Vancouver is at Real Salt Lake. The LA Galaxy are in Houston. Colorado is in Austin. Sporting KC is in Dallas. And the mighty San Jose Earthquake are in Los Angeles to take on LAFC. So we got that, we got all that going on tonight. And of course, the game that I'm keeping an eye on myself is obviously Vancouver, Real Salt Lake. And the biggest thing that I'm obviously watching is whether or not Real Salt Lake can handle business, for the obvious reason. Real Salt Lake wins, Seattle wins, obviously, the Cascadia Cup. Will stay in Seattle this year. Sounders, the induction to the Concacaf Champions Cup. Of course, you want that. Why wouldn't you? Especially for 2025, think about the totality. Think about all of that goes into that. And, so if the Sounders get into that, if the Sounders get into Concacaf Champions Cup and, give themselves a good opportunity to win that, then later on in the year, especially in the summer, you got the Club World Cup. 2025 has the potential to be a very huge year for the Sounders. They'll have multiple trophies to contend with. Not saying they're going to win any, but to be in a few prestigious tournaments next year, having the ability to fight for multiple different trophies, that's the best. That's the best. So tell me how you feel about tonight's lineups. If you want to be a part of tonight's show, go ahead and obviously drop that one in the drop that into the comment section. We'd love to hear from you tonight. What are your expectations for tonight's match, Seattle versus Portland? Or if you are a fan of whomever, Miami, LA, whatever the case may be, go ahead and drop into the comment section. Would love to see you tonight. We are just waiting for this match to kick off. And when it does, obviously we will get started. The interesting thing about Seattle is think back to the beginning of the season, and think back to how bad the start of this team got off to. It was bad, man. Like I remember watching this team within the first month of the season, just wondering, ugh. Like it was damn near unwatchable. A lot of injuries that started the season. A lot of guys literally just were not playing well. Form was an issue. And whenever they went out, it was just a hodgepodge of bullshit. Let's just keep it real. I mean, this was this team was bad to start the season, but from April 28th onward, this team got hot. More specifically, Jordan Morris got hot. And and it almost felt like wherever Jordan went, so did the Sounders. But it also coincided in the summer months when Rusnik got hot, and those two pretty much carried this team. There were pockets in which Paul Rothrock played well, and I would also like to give some flowers to Rothrock. Over the course of this last month, he's played incredibly well. I think his timing was impeccable. And I know that Paul has became a little bit of a fan favorite out there in Seattle. It is what it is. But on the other side, I mean, Portland Portland has been that team. Now, I'm not necessarily saying this out of disrespect to Portland, but defensively they were shit. But that being said, whenever you have that guy in Evander who can carry you, and who's essentially an MVP candidate, you're going to find yourself in very advantageous positions as the season progresses, and so they did. Good on Portland, man. Their front three, were able to put up those type of numbers. I think it was crazy. I think they were the only MLS side to have 3 guys scoring 14 goals or better. Evander, 15 goals, 14 assists. He was absolutely fantastic. As we are definitely getting down to the opening kick. There are some we got players. We got the montage, the players walking through. There's the hometown, Seattle, Washington, baby. Oh man, I miss it. Absolutely miss Seattle. Good Lord. You damn right I'd probably be there if I was back in the hometown. Western Conference standings, LAG, LAFC, there's Seattle sitting in 3rd place, 56 points, tied with Real Salt Lake. And there they are, number 9, Portland Timbers. A victory would probably push them into that 7th spot with Minnesota. I believe on goal differential, there they are. Yeah, there is the starting lineups for your Seattle Sounders: Jordan Morris, Rusnik, De La Vega, Rothrock, the double pivot of Obed and Christian. Alex Roldan. We can't do better than Alex Roldan. Not an Alex Roldan guy. Sorry, guys. It is what it is. Just can't do it. Just can't do A-Rod. Roldan. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Evander would be starting tonight. Of course he would be starting. Why wouldn't he? Yeah, but no Maxime Crépeau in net today for Portland. That's weird. So Pantemis will be in net. Yeah, Paredes and Chara. Dude, Diego Chara. Dude, what is up with Diego Chara? Good Lord, man. It's interesting. Give me one second, guys. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's dude. I remember Diego Chara like 10 years ago. Dude is insane. He's everlasting. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. It's like right now the Seattle Sounders defense is probably playing as the best defense in Major League Soccer right now. Right? It's how are you going to mark Evander tonight? How are you going to shut down the space that's not going to allow him the opportunity to, put balls through, right? I would much rather take my chances. I would much rather take my chances dealing with Mora, dealing with their wingers than dealing with Evander. 100%, without a doubt. Allowing a guy like Evander the space, the space to absolutely kill you. Good Lord, man. So we are getting ready for kick. And for all those out there who want to be a part of this tonight, go ahead and drop some comments, but also hit the like and subscribe buttons as well, because this channel is growing. Believe it or not. Yeah, I know, right? Believe it or not, this channel is growing. So if you could hit the like and subscribe button, that would be awesome. But also hit the notification bells as well too, because we have some really cool stuff coming out here on Stateside Footy. Tomorrow, we will be back with Jeff Legason from Prost International, and we will be recapping Decision Day, most specifically this game right here, as we set the stage for the MLS Cup playoffs. And of course, we will be doing MLS Cup playoff live streams as well too. Not just the Decision Day. So that's going to be fun. And of course, we basically have the U.S. men's national team surrounded from that standpoint. So that's always good as well too. We have a lot going on, man. I'm working on a video right now, putting together my top starting 11 for the U.S. men's national team. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to be fun. I love doing top lists, man. Lists are the best. So that should be fun. Yeah. Those are some of the funnest those are some of the funnest content, because it makes you dig deep, right? Because there were guys in the 90s that I absolutely adored, and so you have to kind of go back over everything, watch old film. That's always the best, man. That's always the best. I should probably do a Sounders all-time starting 11. That would be interesting. It's weird though, because some of the core right now obviously would be on the team. So that's interesting. As we're getting ready, as we're getting very, very close to the opening kick. Yeah. So Real Salt Lake, huh? That's where it's gotten to. Real Salt Lake. We're rooting for Real Salt Lake to beat Vancouver, huh? Yeah, I guess. I get it. Not a Real Salt Lake guy, but I get it. This one's for a berth in the Concacaf Champions Cup, so understood. But that being said, man, good Lord, man, not a fan. All right, come on, get through these. God, I hate commercials, man. Absolutely hate commercials. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. I'm very curious about how Brian Schmetzer operates this match tonight. It's like one of those. These are one of those matches where you kind of have to throw the kitchen sink at everything. But you also have to be mindful of the playoffs being on the horizon. There's going to be a lot of pitfalls for this team moving forward in the playoffs. And the question really is, for me, do you guys think that this team can navigate the playoffs and make a deep run? I don't know. There have been times this season. There's been times the season where I'm like, yeah, 100%. And then you see it. You times when their form isn't there, and you're kind of just wondering how they're even going to get through this, how they're going to get through the season as a barometer, because that's a fake tournament, right? A tournament that Liga MX sides don't care about. MLS teams care about it, obviously, with the money. What can you really do? So here we go, head to head. Since August 31st, the Sounders are 5-0-1. The Sounders were 8th. They've scored 13 goals, allowed only 2, and now they're in third. Portland's in 9th. Their record since August 31st is 1-2-3. Nine goals left. It's odd, isn't it? Right? It's like that's the weird part about Major League Soccer. It really is, man. It's the weird thing about Major League Soccer. The ebbs and flows of this league Oh, that's pretty cool. They got the Puyallup Tribe of Indians logo right in the middle of the. That's really cool, man. Cascadia flag. Yeah, this thing is going to be a banger tonight, guys. You would expect both head coaches to come correct in this one. There we go. Sorry about that. Like, it's weird, dude. My my Wi-Fi is acting up a little bit, but it is what it is, man. Yeah, like as I was saying, I expect both managers to throw the entire kitchen sink at this thing. As Aaron Jones is doing the guitar national anthem right now. We are very close to. Jesus. Yeah. So there we go. We are incredibly close. Anthem is going off now, and yeah. So you guys tell me, man, how you guys feel about this one? Is it going to be too much for Seattle? I don't think so. They're throwing the retros out there. By the way, I don't know if you guys are watching this right now. The Sounders and Timbers are wearing their throwbacks, man. These are pretty fantastic. I wonder if these are the old Sounders are wearing their old. Oh, that would be sweet. Let's see what we got here. Here goes the TIFO. Oh, and I'll tell you what, man. Emerald City supporters. Know how to do it. Portland got their own little Tifa. Yeah, more like Antifa. Tifa. Whatever. There we go. So we're ready to go. As they're wheeling off the mini stage. Referees tonight is going to be Ismir Pekmik, Logan Brown, Kevin Stott, and Joseph Batko. God, I hate, dude, I swear to God, I hate VAR. I don't know how you guys feel, man, but VAR can kiss my ass, man. Yeah, so tonight, playoff scenario, Seattle can clinch the third spot with a win or a Real Salt Lake loss, or with a draw and a Real Salt Lake draw. They can clinch the 8th spot with a win and a Vancouver loss, and can clinch the home field in the wild card match with a Minnesota win or a Vancouver draw or loss. So, yeah. I'll tell you what, man. This is when the Cascadia is the best, when both teams are actually playing for something. Over the last couple of years, man, Portland really hasn't been great. Seattle didn't make the playoffs in 22. So, as far as rivalry goes, it seemed like Cascadia had lost a little bit of its shine, but in compared to El Trafico or the Hills Real Derby, but whatever. This still is big, and you gotta appreciate it from the context of this year especially. Both teams are playing for something. Cascadia is wide open. There's Albert. Fucking Albert. I can't stand Albert's fucking hair. Jesus. I don't know, man. There's something wrong with a 30-year-old man dyeing his hair. I understand, man. It's football. I get it. All right, looks like we are about ready. There is the old but still young Diego Chara. Looks like Portland will take the kick. Felipe Mora is there. There is the Sounders faithful holding up their scarves. And there we go. Portland will have first possession. And the ball goes down to Yaimar. There's Pedro. Coughs the ball up. Seattle gets possession, knocks the ball forward, and it'll go back down. Portland back to their keeper. And there's a foul right there. And Newhue hits the turf. Yeah, Newhue hits the turf. So the first foul. There's the first foul of the night. Yeah, there we go. See what happens. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so there we go. As there's Pantenis. As it looks like Portland's ready for the goal kick there. And he boots that one forward. Seattle's in possession. So they are going to play this forward. There you go. Good defense right there by Portland in the midfield. Retains possession. Seattle gets the ball back. Yaimar plays it forward. There's Pedro. Out to Christian, now to Newhue. He's trying to play that forward, but Lord. Zero confidence on the ball right there by Newhue. What's going on, man? Plays it back. So Portland, there's a Seattle turnover right there. So Portland's going to have possession. There's Rothrock trying to press. That's De La Vega. I apologize, guys. De La Vega. Yeah, so trying to hold it up there by Mora. He's going to play that back out. So now Portland's going to be on the attack. See what Portland can do with their first real possession. They're going to turn the ball over right there in the midfield. Here's Christian. He's going to play this forward. Here's Rusnik. Plays it over to Rothrock. Ball in. Takes a deflection off of a Portland defender. And Pantemis is there to collect everything. Nice little opportunity right there for the Sounders to break. That ball goes forward. There we go. See if Seattle's going to at least make an attempt to press. Nope. Nope. See if we can share now. Let's see if we can get that going. There we go. See if we can get that going again. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Do apologize. All right, here we go. Sounders retain possession. There's Christian. Here's Newhue attacking forward. Over to Rothrock. He's there on the left side. Plays it into Christian. There's a nice little touch right there by Jordan. Nope, turnover. Ooh, guys. All right, so Portland's playing it forward. Turns it over again. Seattle, there's Seattle right there in the midfield. There's Obed Vargas. Looks like Seattle's, trying to block out the middle of the park right there. They're doing a very good job of controlling the midfield right now. Play it forward. Back to Reagan. Over to Fry. As he boots that up the field. Portland corrals it. They're trying to play this forward. No, there's nobody there. Here we go. Ball forward. Here comes Seattle on the break. Oh, that pass was far behind Rothrock right there. There's Schmitz. 125, 79, and 66 record. Holy shit. And of course, he's won pretty much everything that there is to win in United States football. So he's a champion. That's to say the least. That ball's, that Portland tried to switch right there, and that ball just sailed. There's Phil Neville. There he is. There's the lad, Phil Neville. 43, 52, and 21. He's a great lad, that Phil Neville. Here we go. Seattle's in possession. Roldan off to the right. Plays it back to Roldan. Here's Ymar, he's gonna play it forward. That was a bad pass by Ymar, but Seattle still retains possession. Here's Christian Roldan. Oh, that's gonna be a foul right there. Yeah, 100%. Look at Evander. Evander's trying to play it off like, who? What, me? I didn't do anything. What are you talking about? It wasn't me. Yeah, De La Vega played it in. And yeah, and Evander comes up and just puts a foot right in front of him. He was all nonchalantly trying to play it off like, it's like, whatever, man. Brazilian bastard. You bastard. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And by the way, Portland has scored 64 goals this season, which is the single season club record. That's crazy. That's crazy. Portland can play. Here's Ymar trying to figure out what he's going to do. There's De La Vega. Moving a little centrally, plays it back over there. There's Nuhu off the left. Plays it forward to Rusnik. God, that hair is so weird, man. Here comes Nuhu driving in. Oh, dude, what are you doing? Nuhu looks so ugly running forward. Oh, that was a good little pick right there by Jordan. Didn't work, but it was a good little pick. Portland's playing it forward, but right there is Jackson Reagan. He's such a good defender. And we got a foul here. And yeah. Yeah, that dude Nuhu looks so goofy running forward. It's unbelievable. All right, so Senators a lot of possession here. Yeah, ball switch to the other side. There's Ymar. Sounders press forward. Here's De La Vega. Plays it forward. Tries to hit Rusnik, but Rusnik was sandwiched between two defenders. But Rusnik ends up with the ball. Here we go. Plays it back. Here's Rusnik again. Plays it off to De La Vega. Acts like he's going to put one in. We'll drop it back down to Christian. Out to Nihu. We'll dump it off to Rothrock. Sounders got something brewing here. Rothrock to the touch line. That ball gets out a little, and it'll get out for a goal kick. So the Sounders are the ones that are being a little bit more aggressive right there. And yeah, Mosquera did a pretty good job right there on Rothrock. Portland will try to play it forward. Sounders pressing. Ball goes up. They play it in. They're going to play it forward. There's more. There's a Vander. As Anthony works it forward against Nihu. And Nihu will just push him out of the way, and it will be a goal kick for the Sounders. All of a sudden now, looks like the Sounders got some bite tonight. I like it, man. I'm all for it, man. Bring all of that smoke tonight, guys. Bring it all, man. I'm for that smoke. Yeah. There's Nihu. Goofy looking dude. Nihu is a goofy looking dude. All right, so here's the Sounders with the ball as they're trying to work it forward. Back to Reagan. Plays it over to Nihu. Down to Rothrock. He's got that ball's going to go forward. Jordan is going to chase it. He's there. Plays it up to Rothrock. And Mosquera, And yeah, Mosquera ends up winning that battle. What's the call? Oh, that's horseshit. Okay. So they'll give Rothrock the call. The call goes against him right there. 1v1 against Mosquera again. Oh, like that's the thing. That's the bullshit. That's the bullshit. The bullshit refs of Major League Soccer, right? Because yeah, Rothrock didn't even touch him. Mosquera fell down on his own accord, and yet they called for a foul. Good Lord, man. MLS refs, man. Good Lord. That ball gets played back. Portland have the ball right there in the goal with the goalkeeper right now. And they'll play it forward back to the keeper. Sounders with the press now. That ball kicks off. Rothrock with the ball. Turnover right there deep in Portland's end. Turnover. Good defense there by the Timbers. As that ball gets forward, but it'll get out, and it looks like it'll be a Sounders throw-in. Sounders are so far right now, the Sounders are the aggressors, 100%. And they are playing pretty well. 2 goals allowed in the first 15 minutes of matches, which is the fewest in Major League Soccer. So early on, Seattle's defense has been pretty good. And here we go. Sounders again on the attack. Here's De La Vega. Back to Ymar. Back to Reagan. They will try to push this forward. Here's De La Vega on the right. Comes inside. And tried to feed it in there to Jordan with no luck. No, that was Jordan. Sorry about that. Here's Reagan. Here's Ymar. Here's De La Vega. Tried to play it back to do the give and go right there to Obed Vargas. It just didn't work. But there's De La Vega though. He's getting after it tonight. But his touch is not that exemplary tonight. Here comes Rusnik trying to press high. That ball shoots down the right side right there, but Seattle retains possession. And that's a turnover right there deep. There's Ymar, steps right in front of the pass, stifles Portland's attack. Here's Rusnik crossing midfield, plays it forward to Jordan Morris. Hughes there. Ooh. Here's Christian. Back to Jordan, who's outside the 18, plays in. Off to the right there. Here's Yamar. Ooh, that ball's turned over. Portland's defense right now, Seattle can't find a way in. Portland's defense has been pretty goddamn good tonight. I'll give them some credit. Through the first 15 minutes, Seattle still has not yet figured out how to break Portland's back line right now. It's pretty good, man. I don't know. Like, for whatever reason, I'm expecting this to be like a 1-0, 2-1 type of affair. I don't know. But a part of me wants to see it like 4-0. It's true, man. Yeah, it's true. Diego Chara started 37 of Portland's 40 matches versus Seattle all time. That dude's got to be like, what, 50 now? Seattle's on the attack. There's Vargas. Who's control the ball back to Jackson. Plays it forward to Nuhu. There's Obed. Here's Christian. Back to Obed. That was kind of a hard touch right there. Here's Christian. It's interesting how this double pivot works for Seattle. It really does. There's Obed. Passes it off to Rothrock, who will hit it back to Nuhu. As they are trying to work their way in here. You know, you got to appreciate the organization of Portland's lines here. Here's De La Vega. Plays it forward. No. That looks like it's going to get out for a. What is it? This is going to be a throw-in? No. Portland ball. Yeah, they're organized, man. I'll give them credit right now. They're playing tough. No, that was an offside call anyway. So, ball goes forward. It looks like it was going to be offside to begin with anyway. So, it'll be a goal kick for your Portland Timbers. Here's Pantemis. Looks like he wants to boot this ball forward. And there it goes. Played it forward. And it'll drop. Looks like it dropped down to Anthony, but it was swiped right there by Obed Vargas. Dude, Obed's phenomenal. Coming off his, I believe, his first cap with the Mexican national team. Looks like there's going to be, is there a whistle? Yeah, there's going to be a whistle. And it'll be on Diego Chara. As Nuhu played the ball back to Ymar. And he was just absolutely clobbered. Good Lord. All right, Seattle ball. As they're playing that way forward, Boris looks like it's Vargas back to Jackson, who's going to switch over to Ymar. Now, it looks like Portland's being a little bit more aggressive in their press as well too. So there's the ball forward from Ymar. And that'll get that bounces all the way to right. Oh, wow. That bounced all the way back to the top of Seattle's 18-yard box, but Seattle retains possession. Here comes Jackson. Finds Obed, who just hits a nice little floater. Now all of a sudden Jordan's going to play it forward. Here's De La Vega, shoots. Ooh, blocked. Good defense by Portland as that ball got lifted over by Obed Vargas to Jordan Morris. That ball got beyond their defender. De La Vega came in, put one on net, but was just one step too slow as that Portland center back was able to get in there to Sermon was able to get there, dive in, get a leg on it, and stymie De La Vega's shot. So There's, I guess you can say, the first real attempt there by the Sounders, but wasn't much of an attempt. Dude, these pro refs, man. Good Lord. Get your FIFA badges, you assholes. Good Lord. Become a real ref. There's a kerfuffle now on the field as the ref is. Looks like they've got Ymar and Rusnik because they're talking to him about something. I guess the chippiness of the manner in which this game is being played, because it really is. It really is physical. And that's the nice way of saying it. It'll be a free kick, and it looks like Albert's going to be taking the free kick here. As we are ready to take this free kick, here we go. Yeah, we're waiting for the other. Okay, so the ref still isn't satisfied. Shocking. So, all right. Looks like we are about ready for this free kick. And Rusnik's hands going there. Here we go. Here's the ball in. Good defense right there, but goes right to Christian, who fires. No, gets blocked. Jackson Regan. No. Portland here. Portland tried to retain it. Here's Christian, who's going to play one in. That's going to be a little too hard right there as it goes out. Goes out beyond the back line. It'll be a Portland goal kick. Good Lord, man. Come on, Christian, you know better than that. That was heavy. Here we go. There's Diego Chara down by the touchline. Plays it back. Sermon plays it back to Pentemis. Forward to Chara. There's Christian trying to press. There's De La Vega. Turnover in the midfield. There's Ymar getting a foot on it. It comes down. It'll get out. Seattle ball. Throw in. Seattle's being a little bit more aggressive there in the midfield. Tell you what, man, De La Vega's got a little bit of that young Patrick Swayze vibe going. Like, I can totally see him in a remake of Roadhouse or Dirty Dancing. 100%. Dude's got young Swayze. There we go. Portland retains possession. Off the throw-in. Pentemis plays it forward. There's Nuhu. There's Rothrock. And that's a foul right there. Looks like on Diego Chara. Could have been Mosquera. Yeah, it was Mosquera. Seriously, man, he's got that young Swayze vibe going. Alex on the other hand, looks like he's the type of dude that would perform a Cleveland Steamer. Here's the ball back to Nuhu. Here's Reagan. Plays it forward. Off to the right. That got a little that touch was a little too heavy as De La Vega had to fight for that one to keep it in. And now he plays it a little forward. Back to De La Vega, who tries to punch it forward to Rusnik, but that's a turnover. And Portland's now moving forward. Ooh. What are they going to say? Oh, that's a yellow. That's a yellow on. Ooh. Yeah, so that's a yellow, and I think it's what on Nuhu. As that ball was coming forward, Anthony had a step on him. Yeah, Nuhu just kind of gets his leg wrapped a little bit around the left side of Anthony there. And, of course, Anthony exaggerates it. Good Lord. I hate floppers. I do. Here's that ball in. Good defense by the Sounders as that ball goes down. And it's going to be a Seattle goal kick. Yeah. Portland, that's the thing right now. Portland's attack is non-existent right now. Here's Ymar. as he plays it forward. Rolled on. Plays it back to Jackson. I like Jackson. He's a good player. Here's Ymar. I'm glad he got. I'm glad he got this extension. It's earned. And I don't know what Ymar was doing there, but he nearly caught that ball up and back to Fry, who boots it forward. And here's Christian. Here's Rusnik. Plays it forward to Rothrock. Here's Christian. There's the switch over to De La Vega. He's going to try to play that back to Obed. He does. And now that ball's back at the halfway line to Jackson. He plays it forward to Niuhu, who almost got the ball picked. Here's Christian. Back to Jackson. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, they're not necessarily taking chances moving forward. Looks like they're just trying to play the possession game right now. But, Portland's not having none of that. And what's the foul here? Anthony goes down. Portland's going to retain possession, but Anthony, again, exaggerating things on the field. By the way, Minnesota-St. Louis. Oh, that was a good goal. And it looks like Minnesota's taking a lead 1-0 over St. Louis, which is not surprising. So, good Lord. And this is what you want, right? If you're a Sounders fan, you want to face Minnesota United in the first round, 100%. Not saying that not saying Colorado would be a task, but of the two, which you would rather face to get off your playoff run with a win, you'd rather face Minnesota United, who the Sounders have very good success against. Here's Christian moving forward. See how he plays it. Off to Rothrock, who's there. Plays it across. Good defense, but here's Christian, who tries to take a shot himself. That gets blocked. Here's De La Vega. That ball's going to get out. It'll be a Seattle throw-in. But that was a good opportunity right there. That was a very good opportunity right there. As Rothrock put one across the 6-yard box, but it was very well defended. He had Jordan at the far post right there. Hugh plays it back to Jackson, who plays it forward. Here's Obed. Play it back to Yanmar. Who finds Swayze. Swayze plays it forward to Rusnik. He's in the box. That was not a good touch right there. As Portland gets possession right there. Good defense as that ball is played forward and out for a Seattle throw-in. But that was, again, another good opportunity. And all Rusnik had to do was just go forward. Instead, he cut out and then moved up, allowing that Portland defender to get positioning there. And all he had to do was just push forward. Here's Niuhu. Good Lord, man. Back to Christian. Down to Niuhu on the left side. Here's Swayze. Yeah, I'm calling him Swayze now. That's nice. All right, good play in. Here's Obed. Feeds it over. Rusnik in. Rothrock. Oh, he had Rothrock right there at the far post. It looks like it will get out for a Seattle corner as Mosquera came back and played that well. Rusnik finds Rothrock shading in, but there's Mosquera right there to clean it up. And good defense right there. Portland is not Portland. It looks like they're not going to give up that far post at all. So here's Rusnik now with the corner. By the way, Portland has given up 10 goals on corners, so their set piece defense isn't all that great. Most in Major League Soccer. Here's the ball in. That thing was shot to the moon right there. Good Lord, that was a terrible corner by Rusnik. Portland's now on the break, but there's Ymar, who steps in front of the pass again. Slows everything down. Here comes Seattle. Pushing forward. That was a bad touch right there. That was a bad pass behind. But here's Swayze. He gets the ball. Here's Alex Roldan to his brother Christian. Here's Rothrock now on the left-hand side, pushing forward. Here's Christian. Plays it over to Rothrock. Steps in, shoots, save. Pantemis. Not exactly the hardest shot on goal, but that was a well worked ball into the box right there by the Sounders. Good defense to take the ball away. Depossessed Portland. Not bad. Portland's going to have possession right around midfield. You can see the mid block Seattle's imposing on them. They're essentially keeping Portland on the wings. Good defense. Here's Christian trying to press forward. That ball's going to go up. Here comes Anthony, but right there is Jackson Reagan to clean it up, and Seattle retains possession. Yeah, Portland can't get forward, man. Credit Seattle's defense. There's a good one, give and go right there with Newhue, who is trying to play it forward, but it gets blocked by Mosquera. Mosquera has essentially closed down that left quarter right there. Mosquera is nice, man. Here's Rusnik. Tried to play it into Swayze, but that ball was just, I guess, had a little too much zip on it because he couldn't corral it. Portland's now on the break. And Evander did try to play that forward, but there was nobody there to play it forward to. So Seattle retains possession. Here's Christian Roldan trying to switch to the left side. He finds Rothrock there. So with Rothrock v. Mosquera again. Here's Rothrock, takes a shot, but is wide right. And that'll get out for a goal kick. He was trying to find the upper corner there. Christian played that ball well. Rothrock was alone right there coming up the left side, cut in, and right at the top of the 18-yard box, tried finding the upper corner. Obviously, Rothrock's not going to hit that shot. So that gets out for a goal kick. And I'll tell you what, man. Right now, Seattle is the aggressor. We're in the second minute right now. And Seattle has basically controlled the possession, have taken the most shots on target. They are playing exceptionally well, and Portland just can't get forward. Seattle's defense has literally shut down this entire half of the field. But as I say that, Portland's right at top of the 18-yard box, and now he gets to depossessed right there. Here comes Christian playing it forward. Out to Swayze. Finds Obed. Over to Rothrock, who's alone again on the left side. 1v1 versus Mosquera. And he's going to go towards the touchline. Oh, and that'll get out. Is it? Nope. Mosquera again. That ball gets played right to Pantemis. And might have gotten out too. Oh, here's Rothrock. And that'll be a foul right there. Looks like on Anthony, so good stuff right there. So yeah, they are working it down that left flank, the Sounders. And why not? I mean, they're literally leaving Rothrock all alone out there. But if you're Rothrock, you gotta do a little bit better of a job, because not only are you not really getting forward, you're also not putting any chances into the box. You have two guys that can put the ball in the back of the net. So on one hand, I like the fact that they're doing that, but on the other, it's like, Rothrock's got to be a lot better. This ref looks like a dick. He really does. He looks like a dick. Oh, man, they got the trans signs out. Good Lord. Good Lord, Seattle, do better. All right. So you got Rothrock and Rusnik above the ball right there, waiting for the free kick as they try to play this in. You got to try to find Jordan. And poach a goal right here. That would be huge if they're able to take advantage. And Rusnik will play it out. Now the ball goes in, and Rothrock completely missed it as that ball gets out. Like, you know, they're literally trying to force the ball into Rothrock right now. João Paulo on the bench there. Reed Baker Whiting, Nathan's on the bench. Bell's on the bench. Thomas is on the bench. Leva, Musovski, Rudiaz, and Georgie. Portland's got the ball. That's going to go a little too far. Here's Christian Roldan. Finds Rothrock. Plays it back to Neuhu. As the centers will reset. Here's Christian. Over to De La Vega. Oh, here we go. Here's Obed. Played it in. Good defense. That'll get out for a Seattle corner, though. As Obed turned the corner, but found in, played it in, but there was Diego Chara. Good defense right there by the Timbers. It's like, where's that overlapper to the outside of De La Vega right there? That would be what, Alex Roldan? He played it in, but he actually had Jordan Morris wide open right there. That's kind of odd. So here's the corner. Ball in. Ooh, go! Sounders strike first, and there's Ymar. Ymar will get Seattle on the board right there. Woo! What a goal. Off the corner, off the set piece right there. Albert found him. And Ymar was unmarked. Good Lord. He comes back unmarked, puts his head on the ball. Oh man, past Pentemis right there. That was a beautiful set piece right there. Beautiful. Was literally left unmarked, but not that Sermon could play him one-on-one in the air anyway. He had the advantage. He had the inside shoulder. Yeah. Seattle gets on the board first. 1-0 Sounders. Ymar. Good set piece. Seattle draws first blood. As Portland tries to play this forward, and again, good defense by Ymar. All of a sudden, Portland is trying to make something happen. It will be a Portland throw-in right here as they try to figure this out. But Seattle's defense has been good, man. They are taking up far too much space. Portland just can't get their attack going. Makes a lot of sense. By the way, so we are live in the 39th minute. Real Salt Lake and Vancouver is scoreless. Let's go Real. All right, so it looks like it's going to be a Portland throw-in. Mosquera is right there at the touchline, about ready to throw this thing in. And it's played back to Mosquera, who's going to play it in. Ooh, that bounces right to a. That's De La Vega with a nice deflection right there. And now Portland's going to have to play this out and reset. Here's Anthony, who goes down. Here's Bro, and that's going to be a foul? They're gonna say what? De La Vega? So then this will be a Portland free kick, and there's Evander. You know who Evander looks like, dude? He looks like Bruno Mars. He gives me a very big Bruno feeling. That ball's going to go in. Jackson with a nice header. Seriously, he's got the Bruno Mars vibe going on. Here's Anthony now. Out to Mosquera now. Portland's going to try to play this in, and they do. Yaimar right there with the header. Good defense right there by the Sounders. Portland has to reset now. We're in the 39th minute. That ball's going to go in. Okay, Yaimar. He's everywhere. Ball in again. Yaimar again. Deflects that out. Oh, nice. Rothrock will take possession and he boots this forward. It's fine. Bounces down. And Portland will have possession here. As we are getting dangerously close here to the end of the first half in the 40th minute. Seattle has the 1-0 advantage here. As Portland tries to build forward. Plays it back. Out to Mosquera, who plays it forward to Sermon. There's Anthony. Give Portland credit, man. They're trying. They're trying to hold possession. They're trying to make Seattle run here. There's a ball in. That was a switch, and that ball got a little too forward right there. That'll get out. Seattle throwing. As I'm still keeping my eye on that Real Salt Lake Vancouver match. Obviously, Seattle needs to win this one, and Real Salt Lake has to beat Vancouver. And Seattle will punch their ticket to the Concacaf Champions Cup next year. And that ball was played forward by Yaimar. But Portland will end up with possession as he plays it back to Pantenis. Rusnik moves forward. He gets it away pretty clean. Here's Rothrock. And it looks like Rothrock and De La Vega have switched sides of the field. For right now, at least. Here's Rusnik. Trying to play up. Trying to press. Rothrock will get over there on the right. Oh, that's a... And it looked like Alex Rodon stepped up to make a play. He does. Ball gets turned over. And De La Vega had to get over there to make a play. As that ball sails, Portland retains possession. There we go. Yaimar. There's Alex Rodon just got stripped right there. I hate Alex Rodon so much. I don't hate him, but I'm not a fan. Sounders can do far better than Alex Rodon. Oh, yeah, by the way, the MLS Next Pro playoffs start tomorrow at 3 Eastern for all you MLS Next Pro fans. I got to be honest with you, I haven't watched a single MLS Next Pro match. So, literally over the last 5 minutes, Portland has done a very good job of controlling possession. The mistakes that they made early in possession looks like they've cleaned it up as they will try to get it out wide left. Rothrock is going to press in. Here's Rusnik pressing in. Portland maintains. Here's that ball in. Back post. Ooh, that gets out. Touch was a little too heavy as Rodriguez was moving towards running towards the near post. As Evander put one on, that was a nice touch right there by Evander, just a little too far. As Rodriguez and Alex Rodon were linked up there. But Alex had the inside shoulder right there. Alex has got to do way better in the mustache game, man. His mustache is not good. Well, here we go. Looks like Swayze's pushing it forward. That ball gets deflected and out, but there will be a Seattle throw-in. Yeah, I call him Swayze because he totally looks like a young, dirty dancing Patrick Swayze. De La Vega. He's even got the mullet, too. That's fantastic. That dude's hair is beautiful. Here's De La Vega. And he's going to get, he's going to get stripped as that ball's going to get out past the touchline and it's going to be a goal kick. Yeah, so Seattle's since the goal, Seattle has had the ball very far and few in between. Their possession has been down. Seattle's got the ball. There's Rothrock now off the left, and there's a whistle, though. It's going to look like it's going back to Portland. 1 minute of stoppage time here as we are getting set for half. I guess this ref has been okay tonight. I wouldn't say he's been phenomenal, but he's been okay. And here we go. Pantemis will play it forward. Nuhio steps in front. That'll get out, and it looks like it will be a Portland throw-in. Here's Sermon. Tries to play it forward. And he does. And now they'll switch it to the left side. And that's going to do it right there. It looks like we are out the half. So good first half for Seattle. It was pretty much everything I expected it would be. It was definitely physical. And man, I enjoyed that first half. A few things that I really enjoyed was the fact that Seattle did a good job of cutting off the midfield. Portland, right, for good portions of that first half, Portland could not play through the middle of the park. And every time that they did, there was generally a defender right there who was going to strip the ball. So very good first half defensively for Seattle. I thought Ymar played exceptionally well, especially late there in the first half when Portland was trying to play balls in. There he was, right there to break everything up. So very good first half defensively for Ymar, but of course he scores on the set piece right there, and that was a beautiful ball in there by Albert Rusnik, who literally put the ball in a place where only he could find it. Very good first half for Seattle, and now they're 45 minutes away. As we look at some scores around Major League Soccer, looks like they are still in stoppage time in Salt Lake City, and Real Salt Lake Vancouver is scoreless, 0-0. In Minnesota, they are in stoppage time, and Minnesota is still up 1-0. Let's see. Houston Dynamo are at the half. And they lead the LA Galaxy 1-0. We are nearly at the half in Austin, as Austin and Colorado are tied 1-1. That's the interesting one, right? So you kind of want Austin to win this one. And Lord knows that Austin hasn't had the greatest of seasons. So when you look at that matchup head to head, but they did relieve Josh Wolf of his duties. And, they actually have been playing well since they fired Josh. So that one is tied at 1. Dallas is leading Sporting Kansas City 2-0. That's at the half. And here's the interesting one, right? The San Jose Earthquake, the mighty San Jose Earthquake, are leading LAFC 1-0 at the break, and Jackson Ewell got the goal for San Jose in the 9th minute. And yeah, that's pretty interesting, man. You would think that this thing would be probably put to bed early by LAFC, but not so much, man. And they, LAFC's got their have got their big boys out there. Their front three of Bouanga, Giroud, and Boguj, Ocampos, Tillman, O'Brien, Palencia. Yeah, they got their entire squad out there, and they're losing to San Jose 1-0. That's interesting. I was having a conversation um, a couple days ago with a friend of mine who is hardcore pro rel. As am I. I wouldn't say that I'm hardcore, but I definitely feel like Major League Soccer should have some version of promotion relegation, just from the sense of a merit based situation where, like, when you like take for example San Jose, and I don't want to pick on San Jose supporters. They've already had it bad enough. But that being said, when you have an ownership group like San Jose, which is vastly different from what we have in Seattle, but when every single year your supporters know that at best, at like a good year for San Jose supporters is maybe grabbing a playoff spot. Like championships are not a thing with San Jose. But every single year, those supporters know going into the season that pretty much that they're not going to be in the playoffs. And now we're at a point in the evolution of Major League Soccer where everybody makes the playoffs. Like it's hard not to make the playoffs in Major League Soccer because of the roster rules, because of the forced parity. This is what Major League Soccer is. Where the design is like every year you're going to have a new champion. Like it's very rare in Major League Soccer where you have back-to-back champions. Like somebody would go back-to-back. It's incredibly rare. But for San Jose, they know that every single year you're going to be battling attrition and battling for last place. And the reality is that without some kind of mechanism or some kind of lever, that owner, John Fisher, literally can do whatever he wants. There is no penalty for being the worst owner in professional sports. Every single year he can do the minimum, and every single year it is what it is. They'll finish bottom of the table, and there will be no penalties. There'll be zero accountability. And these are the type of franchises that ultimately bring your league down. And it's, it is what it is. And I know that Don Garber just came out a couple days ago and said that, his closed model is the envy of everyone in the world. And in some context, he was right, because it's true, right? Because with the closed model, with the emphasis on revenue, franchise valuations, because it's a closed league, it's almost like a housing bubble where if money goes in, the prices continue. The prices will continue increasingly go up, and that's what's going on in Major League Soccer, because franchise valuations are through the roof. Austin FC is worth $800 million when just 5 years ago they bought in for 150. It's insane. It's insane. And same thing with San Jose. Their franchise valuation is high as well too. And there is zero accountability. And for the way that they operate. And when you look at the USL Championship, there are cities and there are communities within the USL that would absolutely love the opportunity to compete at in Major League Soccer. Now, of course, there is stability issues with some of these markets. There has to be stadiums in place and all these other things that go along with being in Major League Soccer. But the reality is, every single year, there are certain cities around this league whose fan base understands that when it comes to competitive playoff soccer, and it's just not going to be there for them, and it's a shame too. It's a shame that this league has prioritized certain things over others, and unfortunately, without a model of promotion relegation, every single year it's going to be the exact same thing. Meanwhile, their franchise valuations continue to rise, and the fans in those cities continue to get screwed. It's a bummer, man. It's a bummer, and I feel bad for Earthquake fans, but unfortunately, this is the model in which we live in. I can't see any scenario where there's promotion relegation, unless they do like an MLS 1 or an MLS 2. But and that I can see, because the expansion is still going to happen. I mean, there's talks of MLS expanding to 40 teams, if you can believe that. That would be odd. And they would have to do some sort of Division 1, Division 2, 20 teams each division, and with a playoff system and a promotion relegation within the two. That I can possibly see. But any involvement with the USL, that's just not going to happen. And so in the meantime, this is what it is. But you just hope for the sake of you hope for the sake that teams continue to improve. The level of talent continues to improve in Major League Soccer post 2026, because that's what I care about the most, right? Post Messi, what is going to happen with this league post Messi? Because you only got a finite amount of time. It's like, is there going to be a situation where Major League Soccer ups the salary cap? I would hope so. So, and then what's happening with the Sounders, right? Are they going to break ground on a new stadium? The word is that they want to put shovels in the ground there at that Longacre site, and have like a 20 to 25,000 seater down there in Longacres. They want to build out that entire complex down there, and good for them. You just hope that it's not at the behest of the first team, because meanwhile you still have a product that serves customers, right? So you can't neglect the customers that buy season tickets, that show up for game day as well too. You can't neglect the faithful, and that's the weird thing, right? Because I remember being at Quest Field in 2009, 2010, 2011, and it was unbelievable. It was an unbelievable experience, like that only rivaled a few places overseas. It was amazing. It was organic. It felt wonderful to be there and to be a part of those atmospheres. And I remember before I moved to Michigan, I went to a Sounders match. This has had to have been 2021, and it felt corporate. It didn't have that same atmosphere. It almost felt like it was downtrodden, and it's hard to explain. It didn't feel the same as it was not even 10 years prior. And I don't know what to put that on, but it just seems that ownership has taken a different path. And I know that COVID played a very big part of it for a franchise that relies heavily on game day revenue. They don't want to be put in that position again, so they're investing in outside revenue streams, and I know building a stadium is a part of that. Eastern Conference playoffs, by the way, so it's going to be Montreal and Atlanta in the wild card. Columbus versus NYRB, the Red Bulls. Cincinnati will take on New York City FC. Orlando versus Charlotte, and Miami will get the winner of the Montreal-Atlanta wildcard game. That's going to be interesting, right? Because you got Columbus and Miami on both sides of the bracket. So what I'm looking forward to is Cincinnati-Columbus in the second round. In the conference semifinals, right? The hell is real derby in the playoffs is going to get real. That's probably going to be one of the better playoff matchups. So as towards the end of the night, we'll figure out the Western Conference draw. And I'm just hoping that it's anybody but the LA franchises. If I'm being perfectly honest, I'm hoping that it's anybody but. I would love it if Seattle could navigate its way into the Western Conference Finals. That would be very poetic, just considering how this season has gone for the Sounders. But kudos to them, right? Because they've peaked at the right time. You have to give them their kudos, man. They've done well. I think at one point Jordan Boris had a streak, and I had seen this, that from April 28th he had scored in 15 of 18 league matches, including twice in Leagues Cup. Like, Jordan got on a roll, man. And at times Jordan's been carrying this team. At times it's been Albert Rusnik, but that's one of the things that bugs me, is the fact that they don't get consistent production off the wings, man. At points they do. At certain times they definitely do, but there's never been a long extended period where you had 4 consistent goal contributors. It's wild, man. But when you look around the league, and I can't, like, I'm a perfect example of this, because sometimes I'll look at different attacks and just get insanely jealous. You know what I mean? And you're just kind of like, I understand Seattle doesn't want to, they're never going to spend the money to win a transfer window, but you still are like, well, I would still like to see something in a transfer window. That would be awesome. This summer was wild, man. When they went their 3rd straight summer without an incoming, it was wild. But you expect something to happen this offseason, but still, though, right? When you see other attacks and you see the money that gets thrown around, and then you look at the Sounders and you're like, man, could have used a winger, man. Could have used a legit winger, or dare I say it, even a legit striker, and potentially move Jordan to the wing or something. But such is life. It did not happen. So these are the guys that are going to have to carry us in the playoffs. And the good news is Seattle's peaked at the right time. And right now their defense is playing exceptionally well, to a point where you might be able to see that if Seattle can, one game at a time and play lockdown defense, maybe you might be able to see them in a Western Conference final. And if that's the case, man, then we get a showdown with LAFC. And to be honest, that's exactly what I want. I understand LAFC has basically handled this 4 times this year. I get it, 100%. I understand the goal differential in those games, but that was then, and this is now. Seattle is playing exceptionally well right now, and they're peaking at the right time. They're playing their best football of the year. I would love it. I would love to see a Seattle LAFC playoff matchup, because this time around, I don't think LAFC wants to play us right now. They caught us when we weren't at our best. Fair enough. And, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They took advantage of a side that wasn't playing all that well. But now we are. So bring it on. Even if we have to go down to LAFC. 100%. Bring that on. Oh, look who's in the house, man. Longtime Sounders FC player Roger Levesque is in the house. How about that? Good to see Roger back in town. Number 24. That's awesome. Roger's actually a great guy, man. I've had the pleasure of talking to Roger on a few occasions. That dude's funny as hell, man. All right, so yep. So here we go. Minnesota's holding. Looks like Minnesota right now is at 52 points. And right now they hold the 6. So if things hold out right now, it will be Seattle versus Minnesota in the first round. boom, that's exactly what you want. And that would mean, Portland and Vancouver will play in the wild card. That winner will get the LA Galaxy, Colorado versus LAFC, Seattle, Minnesota, and Real Salt Lake and Houston Dynamo in the Western Conference. Those are actually really solid first round matchups, I gotta say. Very good matchups, man. That Houston Real Salt Lake matchup is gonna be something special, man. Seattle versus Minnesota, dude, yeah, give me all that smoke, man. Minnesota is gonna get beaten quite handily by Seattle. The last time those two teams met, I believe, was in Minnesota right after Leagues Cup, and Seattle just blew the doors right off of them. As we're getting set for the second half, there's JMO. I wonder if JMO can still compete overseas. He's 29. And I'm curious, though. Like, I would be really curious if JMO can go on loan, or does he have the want or desire to try again? But either way, Sounders get the ball to start the second half, and so they're in possession. That was a bad pass right there by Alex Roldan. That's dude. See, that's a shame, right? The idea is to control the second half possession early, put yourself in a position to score your second, put this game away. You want to put this game to sleep, but Alex Roldan coughed it up right there. It looks like Rothrock is going to chase down a ball. He got it right there. Let's see what happens. And that ball's going to get out. Portland throwing. Yeah, you want to put this game to bed as soon as you possibly can. You don't want to let Portland back into this one at all. And, when you make bonehead passes like that, the last thing you want to do is leave the door open for Portland to get back into this one and equalize. So you want to put this match to sleep as quick as possible. And that means you're going to have to play tenacious defense, and you're going to have to put the ball in the back as quick as you possibly can. So Seattle's on possession, and that ball's going to get played forward, but unfortunately nobody was there. I think there was a whistle on the play. Yeah, there was. Portland's got possession as they move it up. Here's Bravo, puts it forward. And look at Nuhu. Good play there by Nuhu to strip possession. And look at Swayze. Swayze's right there on the touchline. I like the hustle, man. I like the grit by De La Vega. That was nice. Yeah, there's Schmetz. All right, so here's Alex Roldan. Looks like he's standing over the ball here as the Sounders will take their free kick. See which way Alex plays it. He's going to try to play it forward to Jordan Morris. That seemed like it was an unnecessary play forward. And look at Ymar stepping in front of that one. And he gives it right back up to Portland. Good Lord, man. This yo-yo a possession. Oh, nice defense right there. And Rusnik will strip the ball. Here comes Rothrock. He's going to play it forward through the middle of the pitch. He's got Rusnik at top. Here's the play in. And it'll get out for a corner. Good defense right there by Portland. And I believe it was Thurman right there with a nice block. But Seattle had numbers going forward. They had Jordan to the right, and Rothrock decided to go to Rusnik, who was definitely open. And instead of putting one on net, he tried to pass it back in, and it was blocked out. But here's Rusnik right here for another corner. Here's the ball in. And Alex Roldan will head it. Here's Obed Vargas. He's going to try to play it across the 6-yard box. Oh, and they found Christian. Rothrock on the near post. That was almost. Oh, that was looking so good as Obed broke in. Beat his man. Played it across the 6-yard box. Had Rothrock at the far post right there. Actually put a touch on it, but was not in a position as he was sliding as the ball gets out. Goal kick, Portland. But there you go. Sounders doing a very good job. Very good job of trying to extend this lead. But here comes Portland. It's Anthony in the middle of the field who switches to the right. Back into Mosquera, who's going to play it forward to Evander. And Portland will play it back to their goalie. The win probability, the Sounders are at 79.2. That ball, I don't understand where that ball was going to, as Seattle will retain possession. And Alex Roldan will give it to Niu, who is pushing up. Here's Rusnik. Out to Rothrock. They got to be creative. That's the one down part about the Sounders attack, is the creativity is lacking. I yearn for the days of a Nico Ladero whose flair and creativity completely opened this thing up. As that ball went in, but it got past the feet as Rusnik as the ball's played down. Here's Jackson Reagan, who's going to play it back to Stefan Fry. Here's Fry with the ball at his feet. And he's going to play that all the way out to Alex Roldan, who will play it back to Ymar. Back to Roldan. Ooh, and look at Portland narrowed the gap right there. That was good defense by Portland. But right there in midfield, here's Christian. Back to Jackson Reagan. Plays it forward to Rusnik. Here we go. And he's going to try to find he tried to find Jordan Morris right there, who actually had a step on his defender, but the ball was played too far forward. And now Portland is going to break the other way. And that ball is going to get out of bounds. Good block right there by Niu on Anthony. And it'll be a Portland throw-in. I don't know, man. Those burgundies are pretty nice. Portland's kits are quite nice, man. Those burgundies are kind of sweet. Here's the Portland attack. Here's Anthony. Plays it back to Sermon. So let's see what Portland can do here. They have yet to figure out a way in past Seattle's back four. It looks like Portland's just trying to play direct. And unfortunately, Seattle's defense is too good. You're not going to be able to play direct on Seattle's defense. Oh, that ball was overplayed. Rothrock is trying to. He holds. That's Christian. Excuse me. And he does hold, but there is a whistle, and it looks like it's going to be on Paredes. And it might look. This looks like it's going to be a Seattle free kick right here. As that ball was played into the middle, and Paredes, essentially hit the slide tackle right there and forced Christian down to the turf right there. So Seattle free kick. Let's see how they play this. There's that ugly Muppet-looking dude, Alex Roldan. God, he's ugly. God, he is ugly. Here's Christian. Obed Vargas is trying to push it forwards. Oh, and he tried to play it. Good defense right there by Portland. As now here's Portland on the break. And they play it forward. Mosquera to Anthony. Jackson Reagan right there is to break it all up. Here's Rothrock. Let's see how they played this. And it'll be out. Seattle throwing. He was kind of, Rothrock was kind of in no man's land right there. 1v1 on the touchline with the defender. And, good on Rothrock to at least play it off the defender. Seattle throwing. Here's Niu, who is going to play this forward right to a Portland defender. And the Timbers will retain possession. Here's Bravo. Mascara. And here's Sermon. Portland, yeah, that's the thing. It's like there's Seattle's press, and they're trying to play it forward, but unfortunately, yeah, it's like, as far as I'm concerned, there is very little, no creativity with this Portland attack. As New plays it back to Jackson. Who's going to play it back to Stephon Fry? And there's Christian. Here's Ymar. Here's Alex. Plays it back to his older brother, Christian. And there's Rusnik. They found him right in the middle of the park. Here's Jordan Morris. 1v1. Oh, and he couldn't control the ball at his feet, but Sounders still retained possession high. No. Portland will get that ball back. Here's Christian. Sounders with the ball. Played it forward again. Here's Rusnik. And I have no idea what that was. Was that a chip over the defender? Was that a shot? Who knows? But come on, Albert. Yeah, so they found Rusnik right down the heart. Plays it forward to Jordan, who stumbled. Couldn't corral the ball. But then they have another opportunity again with Albert Rusnik, who I think he tried to chip it over. Yeah, he did. He had Jordan on the other side, but it's kind of hard to chip it over the top when you chip it right into a dude's face, but it is what it is. Under pressure. Portland with the ball now. And that's good defense right there by the Sounders. The Sounders are applying the pressure. Here's Obed. Ymar plays it forward back to Obed, who turns up. And what's the call? Yep, foul. 100%. Again on Paredes. Big fan of Obed. I like Obed, man. Very good. The assist leaders in Major League Soccer: Lucho Acosta with 19, Evander with 18. Messi and Rusnik have 16. It's interesting, right? Albert and Messi, huh? How do you guys feel about the MLS MVP? I'm of the belief that Messi didn't play enough games. But that being said, it's a popularity contest, and I wouldn't be surprised if he won it. Here's Christian moving in. He gets stripped of the ball. I wouldn't be surprised if Messi won it, just because of the name. He plays on the marquee team. But me personally, I don't think Messi has done enough, has played enough to earn it, where guys like Pucho and Lucho are the focal points of their team. And if you take them out of their team, they're the engines that go. And I also believe that MVP is also somewhat of a team award as well, too. And, that's the thing. It's like Evander has had a phenomenal season. Like, I think Evander should also be in that conversation as well, too. But I think Cucho should be the MLS MVP. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to Messi. But there was a foul. It looks like it was a foul on Christian. So Portland now will take a free kick. And they are right outside the 18-yard box, ball in. That was a bad free kick right there by Evander, as it was basically played off of Pedro de la Vega. And let's see. Ooh, there we go. Sounders get the ball. Plays it forward for Jordan Morris. He's free. Here's the shot. Ooh. Good save. Good save. It was 1v1. As there was a turnover right there in midfield. Pedro played it right to Jordan Morris. He was 1v1, but couldn't get past the goalkeeper right there. And now there's a shoving match right there, right at the goal line between Paul Rothrock. Oh, And it slowly diffuses. But yeah, there was some pushing and shoving there, right there at the goal line. All of a sudden, man, tempers are flaring. And now Ymar gets a yellow card for a fight he wasn't even involved in. Yeah, there was some pushing and shoving there between Evander and Rothrock. And Rothrock shoved him, and of course Evander acts like he got shot. And he just falls to the turf. And the Academy Award for the weakest flop goes to. So Rothrock gets a yellow. Looks like Ymar got a yellow. And it looks like it'll be a Seattle corner, though, as play will resume. We're in the 59th minute. Here's Rusnik. That was a bad corner. But here's Alex Roldan. He plays it back down to Stefan Fry, who will boot this thing forward in the air, and it's going to come down. Oh, boy. It's DLV who took a heavy touch, and that ball will get out for a Seattle corner, as De La Vega was open on that right flank right there, and Zuparic, all he had to do was just step forward, but that was too heavy of a touch. Had he cut in on Zuparic, he would have had an open look at net. But unfortunately, that's Swayze, man. He's kind of been a little bit of a disappointment, man. There have been like glimpses of De La Vega's brilliance, but it's not consistent. Here's the ball in for Rusnik. Ymar gets on it. Ooh, that was almost a goal. Oh, boy. Good save right there. As Portland's in possession. As they're trying to push upfield. Here we go. And he'll dump it off to Anthony right up there in the right side. It'll be Nuhu versus Anthony again. And Seattle dispossesses it, and there's Nuhu. He wins that battle again. Seattle's got possession, but they're trying to play this one out of the back, and they finally do. But, here we go. Here's De La Vega again, who keeps possession. Seattle plays it forward, and there's a whistle, and we'll find out exactly what's going on here. And it looks like it's going against Seattle as we find out what's going on here. So De La Vega right there steps in front of a pass, moves forward, see where the, and he look at that. Zuparic is the one that just drops him. And they're saying this is against Seattle. Okay, whatever. We have changes for the Timbers. Ayala comes in for Portland. So Paredes is out. Ayala is in. And it looks like, Chara's out and Williamson's in for Portland. So a different look now for the Timbers. 1-0 Sounders, 1-0. As we're trying, and it looks like it's going to be a Seattle free kick. Yeah, I was going to say, because Zuparic is the one that stepped in and literally put De La Vega on his ass. Here's Ymar down to Alex Roldan. They try to figure this out. Here's Christian, who is going to move it to the. Oh, that was a bad pass by Christian. He was intending to go to Rothrock all the way on the right side, but that ball fell well short of Rothrock. But Rothrock gets the ball as Portland was trying to break. And that'll be a foul on Portland. Looks like that'll be on Ayala. Yeah. So Seattle again will have the free kick. Yeah, that's and it's such a bummer, right? Because it's the Sounders are getting the ball in very good spaces. They're just, there is just no creativity. They're not doing anything with it. We were talking about Portland and their ability and the want to be direct, sort of the Sounders. And this free kick will go to Alex Roldan. Here's Pedro. Passes it back to Roldan. Here's Ymar. Down to De La Vega. Plays it into Rusnik. Here's Alex. He finds Christian. Here's Alex Roldan. That ball is trying to play it in, but it'll get out for another corner. At the very least, the Sounders, I mean, they're moving the ball around a little bit. They're trying to find that way in, but Seattle will get another corner. That's their 7th corner so far tonight. Portland has yet to take one. So, and here the Sounders faithful is trying to put the juju on Albert Rusnik, who plays one in, and that'll get out. And that was not all that great. Oh, but that was an errant touch by Portland. Ymar tried to put one on net. That gets blocked. Seattle's battling, and there's a whistle. It'll be a Portland free kick, and they're going to have to take that one over. Now there's a yellow on Obed Vargas. Oh, yeah, he tried to – good Lord, man. What, for a delay? They're going to get a yellow for a delay? That's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have been noticing this, but this isn't just an MLS thing. This is an around the world thing. It's yellow cards are being handed out like M&Ms. You know what I mean? When it comes to the delay, if anybody delays, even I think it's more than 20 seconds, it's an automatic yellow, which is ridiculous. Yeah, this ref is odd, man. Such an this. I don't get it. Maybe I'm not supposed to get it. Maybe that's what this is about. But yeah, if you delay the restart by 20 seconds or more, you're going to get a yellow. Here's Rusnik, who's going to play it back to Ymar, who's going to play it forward. That ball is far, far, far too heavy. It gets out over the head of De La Vega. Portland gets the throw in. Here's Bravo with the throw in. By the way, Portland outscoring opponents 29-15 in the 60th minute of the season, after the 60th minute. So here we go. We're in the 66th. So this is usually the bread and butter of Portland. To Rusnik, here's Jordan Morris, who tried to play it forward to De La Vega, but that was good defense by Portland right there. As it goes down to Christian Jackson Regan. Here's Obed. Alex Roldan. Here's his brother Christian. Back to Alex, and who can't corral that in, but there's Ymar to keep possession. Here's Alex. As Obed gets stripped. And now here come the Timbers on the break. Plays it forward to Anthony. Oh, boy. Here's the shot. Oh, and that's a goal. Portland is equalized. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, and that was sloppy right there. As Obed Vargas could not control the possession, gets stripped. Ball moves forward to Anthony, who actually beats Nuhu. 1v1 up at the top, cuts in. Jackson actually tried to slide to try to break this thing up and missed. And that was a good finish by Anthony right there. 1-1. Oh, good Lord, man. That was a good goal for the Timbers, and they finally took advantage. Of it. And that was the good move inside. It starts right there with the cut by Anthony, who essentially beats two guys. And then, of course, Nuhu was just not in a possession to try to block it right there. And Portland finally breaks through here in the 68th minute. And here's De La Vega. And he retains possession. Oh, he gets a shot on goal, but Oh, and now there's a whistle. There's a yellow. Oh boy. And they're gonna say, yep, and there's a red. And they're going to give Obed his second yellow of the night. Oh boy, when it rains and pours. Now Seattle is going to be down a man. And now Rusnik gets a yellow because he gets into the face of the ref and basically tells him to fuck off for that call. Oh dear. Oh dear. And now it's gone from bad to worse for the Sounders. As Obed came in. Oh, and that's the weakest call. He didn't. Oh, and they're gonna get him for shoving down the opponent, and of course, that fall was exaggerated. But off goes Obed Vargas now in the 69th minute, and now Portland is playing with a man up. And oh, by the way, Vancouver has scored Robbie Gauld in the 58th minute, so Vancouver now is leading 1-0. And now all of a sudden, Seattle. Oh boy! Instead of pushing numbers forward to try to get that second goal, Portland is equalized, and now Obed Vargas has been sent off. Oh boy! Well, here we go. Seattle retains possession. Here's Ymar. And here's De La Vega. Good Lord, man. Good Lord. Here is Jordan. That was a nice idea of trying to go up and over the goalie, but that was 1v1 again for Jordan against their keeper. Sounders are still trying to press forward. Here's Jordan. Switches over to Rothrock. Oh, that was a nice touch into the box. Here's Newhue. Ooh. Ooh. And again. Portland's got the ball. Here's Portland now. That ball's turned over. Let's see what the call is. Oh, boy. And there's another whistle. Let's see what Portland take advantage. So Reed Baker Whiting now will check in for Seattle. Off comes Swayze. That's good defense by the Sounders. Good Lord, man. Looks like, Portland, it's going to be interesting how the Sounders take this one. They got the ball, playing a man down, though, and they tried to play it forward, but unfortunately, Rusnik didn't have the power on that one. Portland takes over. They're deep in Seattle's territory here. See, here's Mosquera. And there's a switch over to the right. Nuhu comes out. Ball in. Right there. Good defense right there. It looks like Rothrock had a nice play on that one. It goes out for a Portland corner. We are in the 74th minute here in Seattle. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. This thing has gone from bad to worse for Obed Vargas. That was a weak penalty. He didn't shove him down to the ground. That dude flopped. Gets the call. Ovid takes his second yellow card. And then Albert Rusnik. By the way, Rusnik's a beauty. He told that ref to go fuck off. He gets a yellow himself. There's a shot on goal. Stefan Fry. Nice save right there by Fry. And now Seattle are playing a man down. That was a good touch right there. That was a good touch. Good save by Stefan Fry. Actually hits the post. That was Evander right there. And that was Evander's first shot. First shot tonight. He's been quiet. And Fry will play this forward. And that'll get out. And I believe that was Reed Baker Whiting right there. Interesting sub, but it makes sense. You got to bring a defender in, so you got to take Rothrock off the field. Not Rothrock, but De La Vega. And Portland will play this in. Good header there. Jordan Morris. And Alex Rodon will knock that out of bounds. So Portland throw-in. And as Portland's going to play this forward, here's Anthony. There it is. Here's Bravo. Here's Evander. And Portland's now firmly in control of this one. And here's Ymar. And that'll be a foul on Portland. And Rodriguez can't believe it. He cannot believe it. Yeah, this has been some, how can I say this? Bullshit refereeing. That's what I'll say. This dude's a joke. But it's Major League Soccer. So what do you expect? 100%. 100%. Major League Soccer has the worst refs in the world. But here's Stefan Fry. He's going to boot this forward. And let's see if it'll be a foul. Looks like it'll be a foul on Rothrock. Here in the 78th minute now, as Portland's going to try to play this forward, as Seattle's going to try to press as much as possible. Here's Christian Roldan, steals the ball. Oh, he steals the ball. Out to Rusnik. He's going to try to reset. Here's Rothrock. Over to Reed Baker Whiting. Tried to play it in. Good defense, though, by the way, by Portland. And look at Rothrock with the hustle. See if the Sounders can cook a little bit. Here's Alex Roldan back to Ymar. Over to Reed Baker Whiting. Here's Rusnik. Here's Reed, who's going to play it in. Just a little too hard for Jordan Morris there at the back post. Portland tries to clear. Doesn't do it. Here's Alex Roldan. Here's Reed Baker Whiting across the box. And that was good defense right there by the Portland Timbers as they tried to snuff that one out. And they did. But good pressure by the Sounders right there. And Reed Baker Whiting played one across the box there. There was just nobody there. And the Sounders, are trying to get that second goal here, down a man. You know what would be interesting though is if the Sounders actually, I understand the reasoning behind bringing in Reed Baker Whiting. You're going to take off an attacker for a defender. I get it. At the very least, you're going to try to play for a tie. Understood. But in this situation, you almost want to play for the win. It would be interesting if they took off Rothrock for like a Rui Diaz or something, bringing in a second striker. Here's Reed Baker Whiting into Alex Roldan. That pass was a little bit behind him, and of course, but he can't corral that pass anyway. And Ymar tried to save it there, but that pass gets out of bounds. So now Portland will have the ball. Here comes Toye for Portland. Toye and Felipe Mora comes off the pitch there for Portland. So let's see how this plays out. We are now in the 80th minute, 10 minutes plus stoppage time. Can the Sounders find their second? Or is it going to be Portland? Here's the throw-in. That was a weak throw-in. Alex Roldan will take it. Here's Christian Roldan who finds the ball. Good hustle there by Christian. Here's Rusnik. Here's Alex. Plays it forward to Reed, who gets stripped. Let that ball bounce back to Ymar. They got to stop. That's the thing. It's like go the other direction. Here's Reed Baker Whiting. Plays it across. Jordan Morris. Rusnik. Oh, that was blocked. Here's Newhugh. Oh, and he just missed the corner right there at the near post. Good Lord. That was a good play. And just as soon as they said they need to try the other side, Rusnik's shot gets blocked, and here's Newhugh who puts one on, and it just missed. It just missed by about a foot. But the pressure is with the Sounders now. They're putting pressure on Portland's defense here, and why not? Not exactly the greatest defense in Major League Soccer. They're fishing for that second goal. Here comes Rothrock, pressuring their goaltender. They'll try it again. Ball forward. Sounders. Ooh, look at Alex Roldan nearly took that one away again. Portland's going to try to play it off. There's the switch. Here come the Timbers. Let's see how they play this. As they play it over. And that ball goes in. Oh boy, that almost looked like a handball right there. Ooh, that would have been disastrous had they had the ref called that one. Portland with the ball, as they are just trying to milk as much time off the clock now. Yeah, and Portland's not trying to play this ball up. As a matter of fact, they're walking it back. They're trying to milk this clock. They're just trying to keep possession. Out left. Played it back. Yeah, they're trying to play keep away at this point. As he played that ball in, and there's a whistle. It'll be on Ymar. So there's a free kick right there for Portland. In a very good position, very dangerous. Just a couple feet outside the 18-yard box. So we'll see how this plays. Very dangerous. Evander will be on top of this one, of course. Bruno Mars with the free kick. It's 1-1, my man. Good to have you in the chat. So here we go. Portland brings in, let's see. Portland will make a change here. It looks like Miller comes in, Bravo comes off. Here's the free kick up. Ooh, and Stefan Fry makes a nice save right there. That ball was on target. My man Robert again in the chat room. Saludos desde Peru. I take it you're from Peru. Welcome. Here's the ball forward right there. And Reed Baker Whiting, it's off his head. It gets out. And it'll be a Portland throw-in. Seattle's trying to counter as quick as they can. I wouldn't have a problem if this game ended in a match, in a draw. Would not have a problem. And now Seattle will make a change. Off Rothrock comes, and here comes Georgie. Minungu. So Seattle's going to try to get some pace onto the field. Makes a lot of sense. Also in a potential another goal scorer. Here we go. Seattle will retain position. Here's Christian. Here's Rusnik. Down to Alex Roldan. Alex makes a move. Here's Jordan Morris. Plays it forward. And just a little too far for Reed Baker Whiting. That gets out. Oh, come on, Jordan. Jordan! Yeah. Here's Alex Roldan. Albert Rusnik. There's Alex Roldan. That ball was just a little too forward. Here's Christian. He plays it out left to Reed Baker Whiting. Into Christian. Back to Reed. He's going to try to play it in, and he does. Here's the, that was just a little too high. That was a good ball over, but it was just too high for Alex Roldan to keep, but they dispossess him again in the midfield. Here come the Sounders. Here's Rusnik. Plays it out to Georgie. Minungu. Plays it back to Alex Roldan. They're trying to get numbers forward. Here's Georgie again. Back to Alex Roldan. Back to Georgie. At least try. There you go. At least try to get to the. There you go. Let's see some bravery, Georgie. Ball in. Oh, a nice block. Right to the goalkeeper. Ugh. As we have Santos who says Bote Casa. Don't know what that means, my man. But it's good to have you. Portland now, we are in the 87th minute. Portland has possession. And look at that. Deep into the second half, Real Salt Lake has taken a lead on Vancouver 2-1. Seattle is going to try to hunt and fish for this second goal. That's right. They're going to hunt and fish for that second goal. If they can get this thing done. They will hoist Cascadia. As of right now. So this will be, as a matter of fact, here's how this works. If this match ends in a draw, all three teams will be 2-2-2, and it will go down to goal differential to decide the Cascadia Cup. Obviously, you would rather just win it outright, but that requires the Sounders to get a little aggressive here. And he tries to play one around him, and he does. Here comes Newhugh. And that gets deflected right back into the goalie. We are in the 89th minute now. That was a great play right there. That was a great play. And with Real Salt Lake leading. They are in the 88th minute. If that stands, Seattle, looks like Real Salt Lake is going to jump ahead of Seattle. Stefan Fry now. He's going to boot this thing forward. Here's Georgie. And he will retain. Oh, that was a bad touch by Georgie as he gets stripped automatically. And Portland has the ball now. We are now 4 minutes of stoppage time. But Ymar takes possession. Here's Alex Roldan pushing forward. Here's Rusnik. Oh, and he tried to find Jordan cutting into the box, but that pass was behind him. Here comes Portland. It's Evander. That dude's legit. The Brazilian. The Seattle needs a goal here. Real Salt Lake looks like they have done their job, beating Vancouver. And that's a ball in. Good play right there by Newhugh. That ball gets out, and it'll be a Portland corner. Great defense right there by Newhugh. We are in the 91st minute. This is a dangerous area here. Dangerous area. We are on the edge of our seats on this one. Evander will take it. And it'll be an outswinger here. That ball goes short. Back to Evander. Christian tries to cut him off. Didn't work. Here's the play. Pass it is over, and he'll get back over. And that was a weak pass. As Jackson Reagan ends up with it. As that ball gets out, and Seattle will get the throw in. 92nd minute here. And coming in now for, I believe it's Jackson. No, it's Newhugh. Here comes Raul Ruidiaz as the Sounders are bringing on an extra attacker here. And almost certainly what would be Raul's final regular season match in the Sounders uniform. Talk about Peru. There's your man from Peru right there. Here's Christian. That ball was just bad pass by Christian. And now it's Evander. I'm sure you folks from Peru like Raul Ruidiaz. And here, so Portland's just going to hold on. 93rd minute now. Here's Evander pushing forward. Cuts in. Played back. Yep. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised whatsoever that Portland's taking this approach. And they're just going to hold on. Seattle desperately needs the ball back. 93rd minute now. That was a nice play right there to try to make that work right there along the touch line. Yeah, so this thing is going to come down to goal differential for the Cascadia Cup. So it's going to be what, a goal differential, greater number of goals scored in matches between the teams, reapply first three criteria if two or more teams are still tied, greater goal difference in all cup matches, greater number of goals scored in all cup matches, smaller number of disciplinary points in all cup matches, yellow cards, red cards. All right, so here come the Sounders now. We are in the 94th minute. They're pushing forward. Here's Christian, and that ball was taken away, and I think this just might do it. We're in the 94th minute. We are up on stoppage time. Here's Evander. That's Anthony moving forward, and he's got him wide open. Cuts in. And that ball will get out wide. And something happened here. Maybe an offside call. Makes sense. We are in the 95th minute here. And let's see, are they going to blow this dead? And looks like they will. Oh no, there's a yellow card coming on. There's a yellow card for Phil Neville. Yeah, that's a good bloke. He's a good bloke there. Yeah. And that ball's booted forward, and that's going to do it. And there's the final whistle right there. So the Sounders and Timbers will end 1-1. As this thing could have been much worse. Much, much worse for the Sounders, especially after Obed Vargas took a straight red. And it's going to be interesting to see how this thing plays out. And I believe that the Sounders did miss out on the. I think they missed out on the Cascadia Trophy, which means I don't think they will get. I don't think that they will get the Concacaf Champions League next year, but we still have the MLS Cup playoffs, and that certainly could still factor in for the Sounders. And we have Naparouge Vong Seattle Cock. You like Seattle Cock? Is that what you're saying? Naparouge? I don't know. I think you'll be sadly disappointed with Seattle Cock. Anyway. Well, that was an interesting match, guys, and it's interesting in the sense that not exactly what you want to see heading into the MLS Cup playoffs. Seattle was in a very good position to lock down Concacaf Champions League, and they get the goal on the set piece, man, and I'll tell you what, man, everything was looking good. The biggest problem there was, Jordan Morris had two very good 1v1 looks at goal and couldn't finish. If he finishes one of them, obviously Sounders win. And then, of course, the refereeing in this one. And I'm not the type of guy that's going to blame refs, man. That's not how I roll. That's not how I act. You have to figure out a way to play around bad goal, bad refereeing. Obed Vargas gets sent off with a straight red, and then how is that going to play off when it comes to the first round of the playoffs? How's that going to play out? It was a bad call, and there were a lot of bad calls in this one tonight. And it looked like the Sounders were going to figure it out, but unfortunately, it did not play out that well. And we have Tiffany Fillmore here who says, "Gut the fish." I don't know what that means, Tiffany. Are you talking about the fish market? So instead, at least the Sounders get a point there. As we will take a look at the MLS standings, as these things are looking. It looks like these things now are about to become official. So here's how this looks. So with the obviously LA Galaxy, it looks like LA Galaxy and I'm going to say the LA Galaxy and the Houston Dynamo right now are in 90 plus 11. And that match is tied 1-1. And if the LA Galaxy, here's the thing. Depending on how this LAFC San Jose match plays, and right now actually it's full time. LAFC wins, so it looks like LA Galaxy will hold on and will get the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, and they will, I believe, play the winner of Vancouver Portland in the wild card. So how this looks now is going to be LAFC versus Colorado, Real Salt Lake versus Houston, and Seattle, Minnesota 4-5 in the opening round of the playoffs. So that's best case scenario right there. If you are Seattle, taking a look around Major League Soccer for the late scores. Like I said, LAFC is beating San Jose 3-1. So obviously, earlier in this telecast right here, we were talking about how San Jose had a 1-0 lead. LAFC has done everything they could to take care of that game. FC Dallas holds on against Sporting Kansas City 2-1. Austin beats Colorado 3-2. Very good for Austin, as Austin was dealing with dealing with all their turmoil. The Houston Dynamo get one late 2-1. They beat the Galaxy. Or they're leading. Yeah, it looks like they beat them. Steres scores in the 90 plus 11. Very good for the Houston Dynamo. So that has been full time. They win 2-1. And of course, Real Salt Lake beat Vancouver. So very good finish to decision day. Absolutely good finish. And the Eastern Conference has set. So I'm happy to see that. Cincinnati beat Philly 2-1. Charlotte beat DC 3-0. My sister-in-law is going to be very upset by that one. She is a proud member of the Streamyard Eagles out there. Atlanta United beat Orlando City 2-1. Columbus beat the Red Bull 3-2. Inter Miami 6-2. And Leo Messi scores a hat trick today. Fucking Messi. Of course it's Messi, man. Scores a hat trick on decision day, and now it's like, when he has those performances, it's like, dude. Even though I don't think he should win the MVP, but with a performance like that on decision day, it's like, okay, dude, he's probably going to get it. Ben Kremaski scored, and Suarez scored 2. Wow, unbelievable. All right, well, that's going to do it for us today because, well, quite frankly, this match is over. The Western Conference playoffs are set, and we will be back with MLS Cup playoff live streams. Man, we're going to be doing both Eastern and Western Conference here in the playoffs. The question is whether I'm going to do an Inter Miami match. Do I do a Messi match in the playoffs? Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. It all depends on what you guys want. If you guys want Messi, I'll give you Messi. But we'll see how that plays out. But I want to thank everybody involved. Thank you to those who dropped into the chat room. I appreciate that. Thank you for all those guys that tuned in. We will be back tomorrow, and I will be back with be with Jeff Legason of Prost International. Jeff was on the podcast a while back as we were getting close to decision day, but we're going to recap this game tomorrow. And then we're also going to set the table for the MLS Cup playoffs, so that should be fun. That will be tomorrow, I believe. I believe it's going to be somewhere around 8 o'clock Eastern, 8 or 9 Eastern. So look out for that as well, too. I got a new video dropping probably early this upcoming week as we do a best 11 for the United States men's national team. So be on the lookout for that. And then we'll probably figure out something for the next week as well, too. So stick around. We got good stuff coming up. Thank you again. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button, guys. You know, like we're in the process of growing this channel. So the more that you guys help out, the more that we get closer to the 500 mark, the more that I'm going to start giving away shit, because I like making people happy. So that person that falls on lucky 500 will get a nice gift. I'm going to give away a kit of your choice, right? So if it is Seattle, then I'll get you a Seattle one. If it's Real Madrid, if it's Liverpool, Tottenham, whatever the case may be, whatever is your team, I'm going to hook you up. So the more that this channel grows and the more that we get to the lucky 500, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to take care of that lucky 500 with a kit of their choice. So you guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. All that's good. But I'm going to take care of, I'm going to be done for the night. So I want to thank you guys all again. And until tomorrow, have a good night, guys.